We're going to take a closer look now at one of the finalists for this year's $1 million Zayed Future Energy Prize. The annual prize honors innovation, vision and leadership in sustainability and renewable energy. Well, e+co is a small US company which funds startup enterprises in the developing world, primarily who supply clean, affordable energy solutions to people in rural areas. Our Malika Kapoor shows us one such project in India, by a firm called e+co.
India sees solar power as the solution to its massive energy deficit. Currently, 450 million, that's almost half its population, lives without electricity. The government put up power cables on the highway, says this farmer, but not in my village. I lived in the dark until I learned about solar lamps. The two lights in his home are thanks to e+co, a private company that provides renewable energy options to rural households at an affordable price. e+co's representatives go from home to explain their product. They then connect customers with local banks who finance it for the villagers. The technology costs 7,500 rupees, about $150.
All right, interesting stuff there. Joining me now from our New York bureau is Christine Ibs-Singer, who is the founder and CEO of the group that invested in e+co. Thanks for joining us. We know what your company does, looking for innovative ways to help people in rural areas have more of a sustainable livelihood. What was it about e+co that made it a sound investment for you? How did you find out about that company?
Well, the e+co model is very much based on finding local entrepreneurs. So our ability to succeed in India was based very much on the strength of that entrepreneur. And our model is to assist local entrepreneurs in identifying market opportunities whereby there's energy being used now, because the poor are paying $35 billion a year on kerosene. And so the reality is the poor do have an ability to pay for their energy services. And e+co, such as evidenced in the case of e+co, went in and found an entrepreneur who had the ability to seize the market opportunity and create a viable, sustainable social enterprise. These households now have access to quality light at a mere cost of what they had been paying for kerosene.
Okay, so it's a way of, I guess, helping people help themselves as far as regionally. Another thing that your company has looked into are these cook stoves as opposed to wood-burning stoves.
Mm-hmm.
Why are they so important in more rural areas?
Well, the reality is there is 2.4 billion people in the world who still cook with traditional fuels. They're still cooking with firewood, charcoal, animal waste. And the reality is that's not just bad for the climate when you talk about deforestation, but it's bad for the climate in terms of the emission that's produced, and it's exceedingly bad in that it produces high levels of indoor air pollution. One of the unknown facts is that more people die per year from indoor air pollution, respiratory ailments, than currently die from malaria. So there is a history of creating fuel-efficient cook stoves. While it's not great that these households and villages still cook with firewood and charcoal, there is very low-tech solutions to burning that on a more fuel-efficient basis. And so what we did is we found an entrepreneur in Ghana, in Mali, in Tanzania, and we helped that entrepreneur actually create a business. So they're all men, they're now selling into the local markets, working with women's groups and distributing these fuel-efficient cook stoves. And these households now have access to a form of cooking that not only is cost-effective, saves them money in that they're not buying as much expensive charcoal, but it's producing a healthier environment in the village house.
Yeah, it's an innovative approach as well, an interesting look for our viewers. The CEO of e+co, Christine Singer in New York. Thank you.
Thank you very much.